My name is Emma Baumert. I'm 24 years old. I work with a company called Brainco and Focus Calm as a research neuroscientist. Anytime there's a track meet in the rain or cross country, I was like, yes, this is what I'm here for. They're just so dramatic and yeah, loved it. I am on the Team USA Bobsled and Skeleton development team, which means that you are in the works of seeing, one, do you like sliding down an ice hill at like 80, 90 miles an hour? Because it's not everyone's cup of tea. And then also, like, do you have the explosiveness? Do you have the focus and the ability to relax under pressure? Do you love this sport? Is it something you can see yourself fit in? So the developmental team is pretty much a group of athletes that they bring in every year after combine tryouts, which consists of a 40-meter dash, a broad jump, and any other lifting or explosive exercises they want to test your athletic abilities. From that, they choose you to be on the Devo team, and then they bring you out. You get to try sliding for bobsled and or skeleton. I was lucky enough to try out both. And from there, they continue, if you want to, develop you as an athlete, and hopefully you can be the next Olympic hopeful for Team USA. Skeleton is you're on a little board and you go head first on an ice track. It's just you. Your face is inches from the ice. Sometimes your helmet can scratch on it, and you just look up, stay still, and you lay it like it looks like a skeleton. That's why it's called skeleton. There's a rib cage on the sled, and your face first going down. You control the sled with your shoulder movements as well as pushing down with your knees onto the sled. So it's really just you and the ice. For bobsled, it's for females, we have monobob, which is just the driver in the sled, or two-man. And I'm in the two-man as the push athlete. So you have the person in front for the bobsled who's the one who's driving the sled, really being concentrated on focusing on getting the sled down the hill. And the second person is the push athlete, which is in the back. And that's what I got to try out this year, as well as a few other CrossFit athletes who are new to that sport as well as push athletes. How to describe push athlete is it's a power clean into a max sprint. That's what it feels like to get the sled moving. So when you say that, people are like, yeah, that's CrossFit. Like, that's what it is. So then you push the sled, jump into it, and you go down the hill. For the push athlete, you don't get to steer. You don't have that pressure. You just gotta hold on and say a few prayers on the way down. For skeleton and bobsled, they're pretty similar for how fast you go, and usually hit about mid-80s. So you hit some pretty fast top speeds. It varies by what track you're at, but in Park City, Utah, you hit mid-80s on that track. I will never forget my first time going down the track for skeleton. They don't start you from the very top of the hill. We call them curves. They start about halfway down the track. So they were like, don't worry, you'll go slow. It will almost be boring. That's what my coach said. Immediately, so they pushed us off and we went 50 miles an hour. And I was like, this is not boring. I'm like having the best time, but also I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm going face first down a hill at 50 miles an hour, and they kept moving us up to go faster. So there was this balance of like excitement and complete fear with it, but there's just the rush of adrenaline and trying to really work to overcome like the challenge and be like, oh, this is cool. This is something I have, this very unique opportunity to do something where every day I can overcome my fear. Trying a new sport of skeleton and bobsled, especially that involves going at really fast speeds down an ice track head first a lot of the time, I need to be in a good, strong mental headspace. I took things that I learned from CompTrain, from what the coaches would say, the daily reflections that you have on the app, and would take that and transfer it into my training. Skills of just being able to overcome different fears that I had or any doubts, being able to have resilience to try something new and not being afraid to not do it perfectly, be able to hit ice walls and be like, okay, well, no stopping now, I gotta keep going, and being able to take it run after run down the ice track and be proud in every effort and ready to go back and try more. That transferred so strongly from CompTrain to my training and ventures into bobsled and skeleton.